Walk into any electronics store today, and you'll see dozens of monitors that all look almost identical. Same size, same resolution, same price range. But here's the problem. Some of those monitors are fantastic value, and others are complete waste of money. They look great on the box. They look fine on the store display. But after a few months of real use, the problems start showing up. Poor brightness, washed-out colors, ghosting in games, or frustrating features that never work properly in the first place. And the worst part, most buyers don't realize they made a mistake until it's too late to return it. So today we're going through the types of monitors you should avoid buying right now, and the mistakes that are quietly costing people hundreds of dollars. Instead of listing random monitors, we're focusing on patterns in the industry. Because once you understand these patterns, you can instantly spot a bad monitor before spending your money. We're going to break down the most misleading monitor specs, the marketing tricks companies use, and the types of displays that sound impressive but disappoint in real life. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly which monitors aren't worth your money. And one of the biggest mistakes buyers make today involves a spec that sounds extremely impressive, but in reality barely improves your experience at all. We'll get to that shortly. Mistake number 1. Chasing resolution instead of quality. A lot of people think resolution is everything. If a monitor says 4K, they assume it must be better. But that's not always true. A cheap 4K panel can actually look worse than a high-quality 1440p display. Why? Because picture quality depends on much more than resolution. Things like color accuracy, brightness, contrast ratio, panel quality. If those are weak, the image can look flat and lifeless even at higher resolution. So buying the cheapest 4K monitor you can find often leads to disappointment. Mistake number 2. Extremely cheap high refresh rate monitors. Another trap in the monitor market is budget high refresh rate displays. You'll see monitors advertising 165 Hz, 180 Hz, even 240 Hz for surprisingly low prices. But here's the catch. Many of these monitors achieve those numbers with poor motion handling and heavy ghosting. So instead of smoother gameplay, you get blurry motion and strange visual artifacts. For competitive gamers, that completely defeats the purpose of buying a high refresh rate monitor. But the next mistake is even more common, and it affects both gamers and professionals. Mistake number 3. Ignoring panel technology. Most buyers never check the panel type. But this is one of the most important factors in monitor performance. Different panel types behave very differently. For example, some offer great contrast but slower response times. Others offer fast performance but weaker color reproduction. Choosing the wrong panel for your needs can make the monitor feel like the wrong tool for the job. And unfortunately, many budget monitors cut corners here to reduce costs. Mistake number 4. Falling for HDR marketing. HDR sounds amazing on paper. High dynamic range promises. Brighter highlights. Deeper blacks. Richer colors. But here's the truth. Many monitors advertise HDR without having the hardware needed to support it properly. If a monitor doesn't have strong brightness and good contrast control, HDR barely makes a difference. In some cases, it actually makes the image look worse. So that HDR badge on the box can be far more marketing than reality. Now let's talk about a mistake that's costing remote workers and creators a lot of money. Mistake number 5. Overspending on features you'll never use. Modern monitors are packed with features. Built-in speakers, USB hubs, RGB lighting, smart software tools. But here's the problem. Most people rarely use these extras. Instead, they end up paying more for features that add little to the real experience. What matters far more is the core display performance. Things like brightness, color accuracy, panel uniformity. Those determine whether the monitor actually looks good every day. The problem with buying the wrong monitor is that it's something you use constantly. For work, for gaming, for watching content. And unlike phones, people often keep the same monitor for 5 to 7 years. So a poor purchase decision can quietly affect your daily experience for a very long time. Before buying your next monitor, check these 5 things first. Panel technology. real brightness performance, refresh rate quality, color accuracy, long-term reliability. If a monitor performs well in those areas, it's far more likely to be worth your money. If you found this helpful, make sure to like the video. And if you want to see the best monitors you can buy right now for different budgets, that video is coming next. Subscribe so you don't miss it. The monitor market is full of impressive numbers and flashy marketing. But the best buying decisions usually come down to a few simple things: strong picture quality, reliable performance, and features that actually matter. Once you focus on those, avoiding bad monitors becomes a lot easier.